Hey guys, so one area that I'm trying to figure out and I'm stuck on and is soulmates. So I've thought I knew what soulmates were. We've all been taught young that you want to find your soulmate and things like that. So I am just this is more of a questioning out loud type of a video, and I'll kind of share with you the things that I thought I knew about soulmates and where I'm just at right now. But so I started off like most everybody thinking that when you have a soulmate that they're just like one person out there that you have, and that you if you find your soulmate it's going to be this like blissful relationship experience. What you're looking at my screen right now is there's a TV series called Soulmates on Prime. It was kind of interesting to watch actually. And yeah, so and then as I thought I knew more about soulmates, what I thought I knew was that basically there's more than one soulmate, and you've got like different types of soulmates. So you could have like a karmic soulmate that's gonna teach you lessons that when you signed up for your life, that there was lessons that you were supposed to learn based off karma of needing to be taught lessons from prior life or lifetimes that you haven't learned yet, which I don't that's a whole nother deep dive, guys. I'm not promoting that. Okay, I'm just saying I'm on. My where I'm at is I want to stop reincarnating in this place. I think there's something seriously wrong with this world. I think there's a lot wrong with it actually, to the point where I don't want to come back here anymore. The biggest reason that I don't want to come back here anymore is that the memory gets wiped, so I don't remember my other lifetimes. So if there's some lessons I'm supposed to learn, it's like just being blind about it, and I don't know, and I don't like the pain and suffering in this world. And there's a lot of other things, but I don't want to digress. Soulmates. So the karmic soulmates, and then we hear about like the one that's gonna be like like the first theory, like there's only one. So you got these karmic ones to teach you lessons, but then there's like the more friendlier one that you'll eventually be with, and that'll be like the happier life version soulmate. And then there's other types of soulmates I've heard of, like friends. They can be non-lovers. They can be somebody that you just have like a really great friendship with. To me, that sounds like the most healthy. If there is a healthy form of a soulmate, being a great friend with somebody, I think, is where it's really at. At my age now, I think that's where the gold is. And but I'm starting to question if the soulmates are even real. What you know, was there a time where our essence was created, and were they was is their essence like part of our essence somehow at the point of creation, or is it just more of like the point of like the matrix creation, or is it like the creation before the matrix? Like, I don't really know how this stuff works, so I'm just kind of asking if you guys have more ideas on this. Or if the whole thing's just made up nonsense. Like, what if soulmates are actually just people that are just like narcissistic in disguise, that are designed kind of like the Truman Show, where he had this like fake wife who was like doing commercials on the side because there were so many TV viewers, and she didn't love him at all, and he might have thought she was his soulmate, but she was just like this actress in a show, the Truman Show, and she's just like this fake NPC type of character that's just playing a role. Are soulmates that? Are like they just phonies, or do they have more depth? I'd like to think that there are real soulmates out there. I'd like to believe that, but I've already had my hopes and dreams smashed so many times on things that I'd like to believe that I'm hesitant to believe that anymore. And yeah, if there are any real soulmates out there, it would be really cool to actually have the friendship version. I'm actually scared of the lover version with the soulmate now, because I do believe I've had that. If they were actual soulmates in the past, more than one time, and it didn't end well. It ended in like betrayal and heartbreak, and basically, you know, thoughts of like questioning my own self, like self-worth, and like just horrible emotions that I still actually deal with to this day, which I was thinking about. And I try not to think about that kind of stuff on a daily basis because it's kind of depressing. But sometimes it comes up. I know you guys like me. I mean, we've all been through a lot of different things out there, and a lot of people worse scenarios than I've been through. But being betrayed by a soulmate is like pure hell. If it's ever happened to you, I hope it hasn't. And anyway, I thought this show was kind of interesting. There was parts of it I didn't really like at all, but you know, there's nothing that feels better in this world than having, for me at least, I'm at the point in my life where I look at things and material goods and things like that as like, I don't really get excited about it anymore. I get excited about knowing things. I get excited about enjoying time with people that I enjoy being around. And um, the people that I thought you know, in my past that I enjoyed the most amount of time with was soulmates. And it's actually pretty sad when to think about that sometimes. If you've ever met, if they actually were a soulmate and then they're not in your life anymore, it's it's a sad deal. And I don't like that. I don't like the sadness part of it. It would be great if there are actual soulmates, if it's a real thing that, like I said, the friendship is something that could be deepened with. That would be to me the most healthy thing in this world, besides you know basically just breathing and nature and um, bare necessities and things like that. I mean, I would think it would be the most awesome, best highlight parts of my life to be around people that are made up of the same type of essence as me or something like that. But at the end of the day, it could all just be a bunch of happy horse shit, and maybe it's just the Truman Show with a fake wife.